Blessing and peace be with you. This Ben coming with some positive thinking. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Share with others so that we find peace with the truth. And the truth of the matter is, do you know what your credit score is? Do you know how credit is affecting you in this day-to-day journey that you're living? Credit is essential in establishing or going about gathering anything that you need. So my question to you is this: why are we putting ourselves at a disadvantage? In that, why aren't we learning the things that we need to go about learning in regards to establishing credit? When I left high school, I was not familiar with credit. But because I was not familiar with credit, I had to learn the lesson the hard way. The first truck I ever bought in my life, I was not approved because I didn't establish any credit. So to make a long story short, I had a high interest rate. But like what the schools of hard knocks is saying, that you got to go about paying for your earnings. Why do we go about playing the same game, leaving our kids at a disadvantage? And that one of the things, we do not go about establishing credit for our kids at a young age. You see, the thing that we have to be mindful of in this regard is credit is something that was established in order to show that you're trustworthy. And in showing that you're trustworthy, it's only a way for you to get into a house, buy a car, buy a furniture without having any money. But if you can't go about demonstrating a trustworthiness, who's going to want to lend you money? And who's going to want to lend you money if you haven't gone about establishing a level of trustworthiness? That is where we have to go about formulating and establishing credit for our kids and ourselves. There's a lot of quick rich, clean up your credit and so forth. But I'm here to tell you, things take time. And in that, go about getting yourself a secure credit card. A secure credit card is just something that will help you with financial spending and establishing certain things. Be honest with yourself in that if you have an excess of $100, go ahead and get a secure credit card of $50. But hear me when I say this. Just because you have a secure credit card of $50, that don't mean you spend the $50. You see, the trick is you spend $25. That will go about showing the creditors that you're financially responsible. A lot of people believe, I have a credit card that's $5,000. They're giving me that allowance to go about spending that $5,000. But when they go about reviewing how you're using that card, it's showing that you do not have financial responsibility. A credit card is to only go about assisting you in life. It's not something that you should be living off of in life. And that's where a lot of us, we become enamored and overwhelmed by the pressures of the world because we have 3 or 4 credit cards. And all 3 or 4 of these credit cards are maxed out. But with them being maxed out, if you're behind, how are you going to catch up? You're going to be robbing Peter to pay Paul. And sooner or later, when the bucket goes to the well, the bottom will fall out. Then we start into a road of bankruptcy, delinquent bills, and so forth. That is not something that we should be striving for. Financial discipline is something that we need to go about practicing, because then we will be able to go about using the assets that we have and making it better. But when we don't come from a place of practicing savings, investments, and all sorts of these other things that we could do financially for ourselves, then we leave ourselves at a disadvantage. So within that, I just come to say credit is something that should be established at a young age, so your kids are not left at a disadvantage and them trying to become a prey for these credit card companies and for them just to try to go about getting ahead in life. We need to go about establishing a financial responsibility within ourselves and our community so that we could go about enjoying the sweet things in life. Now that's my blessing. 1.